Clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? You know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right?
Right.
Is that always the case, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's probably one of the biggest reasons we should be doing some critical thinking.
Yes, I agree. I definitely.
Like keys on they have this bitch jumping.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel. Let's do it.
If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work them old, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you playing for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. Now it's all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
My internet is shaky.
I think you live.
I know, I can hear it.
Oh, but you weren't saying nothing.
I think the applause just cut off. Let me run. I'm gonna run it. Nate's been trying it all day. And only been here for 10 minutes. But I feel like it was all day. That's how much he's trying it.
I had to develop my character as the sidekick on the show.
As he eats. Unprofessional.
But you gonna act like they didn't see you just take that can to the head?
They did not.
Okay.
Because I haven't picked this can up in
Because I heard that applause start when you was taking it back.
No.
That's how they eat. Or
you must have been late to the show.
The adjacent.
Welcome to Talk Lately, anyway. Monique's here, Nate's here. His show comes on Mondays and Fridays at 2 o'clock. He's been consistent.
But why were you?
I think he was here on Friday. He was here last Monday, too.
No, yeah, I was.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
He was here Monday, yesterday.
Mm-hmm. With them old people.
And the dashikis. That's all I say.
That's why I always add you first when they come.
Huh?
I always add you first every time that old lady comes.
I see it pop up and then I be like, no, I know it's going to be Granny.
First of all,
no, I do listen to her. I like her. She's very
animated,
eclectic, and yeah, animated. I like
she's the
her.
president of the Maryland Griot Society.
She's not one of those ones that be like,
I had to get her out of that because she was like,
when she's talking to somebody? Yeah, I noticed that, but that's not is that you acknowledging.
Well, she tells stories, so she got a lot of information to go by.
But we got those ones that be like, fun. I do call people out. I like doing that. It's fun for me.
Say it out loud.
I said fine. But she's learning.
Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. I mean, that's their first venture into radio. So, I mean, in video. Let's call it radio video.
And they went to Morgan, so, you know.
Oh, because they went to Morgan.
Right.
I had a great weekend, though. Right. It started off on Friday, as all weekends do.
That sounds like a real host start off.
It didn't, though. It wasn't. It was all about me this weekend.
You sell shots. Like, that's the first time I did.
He got water. That's so selfish of him.
Because I'm hoarse and I got to maintain my vocals.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, it started off on Friday. Ow. What is going on? Andre's doing something again.
Oh, he gonna bust in here one day. He gonna beat the shit out of you one day.
Andre.
Let's let me know when you had enough. Oh no, so I can get out the way.
I can't. I have to see without it. So, shit. Maybe it was you.
You got 13 minutes. I didn't touch anything. You always want to blame me. I'm childish.
I was telling you about my weekend.
I'm okay. You saw her on Friday.
With me being alone at home, fighting.
By yourself?
And you have no idea the comfort and the thought process.
Ooh, damn. That's fire. Ooh. It was.
How does it sound like it's coming from me?
It's that can over there. That can of pineapple. It's that can of pineapple over there. It's too close to the burrito. It's picking up signal. That whole can of pineapple. It's not even a mini can. It's a whole can. Like a fruit salad can. So you saw her on Friday.
But it's still doing it.
I'll tell the show what to go to.
It's this. Can you give me I can't do this.
So your house is completely empty.
You know that goes with you if you pick it up.
No, what he just did, he didn't do
It was this. It's this.
So your house is completely empty.
Yes.
Terminex finally got rid of the plugs.
No.
So the house completely empty.
Right.
Nobody on the floor. Nobody in the basement.
None of that. So you have no idea.
Nobody standing in front of
the rest and relaxation
in front of the tree bush
peacefully in your home. I mean,
I know.
Not that it was bad.
No, but it's still nothing like
the peace
being
and comfort.
In your home alone.
Oh, that's better. That's much better.
I dream of getting married and like living in
again.
Yeah, and living in a duplex.
You heard again.
Like a duplex.
Get into it.
Where it's like two different living spaces, completely different.
Oh, separate homes, basically, but next to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
One up in one day,
yeah. That's where I wanna. That's my dream.
So Saturday was even more about me. I took myself out to the movies. I took myself out to dinner, and it all comes to me watching 12 hours of YouTube videos.
Which you wanted to do.
It was exactly what I wanted to do, which was
no happy
amazing.
ending. No happy ending.
No Sunday. I don't even remember Sunday.
Because of that happy ending.
I don't talk about murder on this show. We all know where we live. Oh, I do have a story about murder. Dead in the harbor. And I do have a story about death. And that's the one murder that I'm going to talk about today. And that's it.
They're going to put some railings up at that harbor eventually.
It's pointless. If they're going to put a body in it, they're just going to throw it over the railing.
But they're going to put something up at that.
Why? But what would be the point?
They couldn't.
I guess so about nobody falls in. They won't avoid.
Don't get that close. You won't. Most likely, more people have been pushed in versus falling in.
Or dumped there.
Anyway, I do. This is has been planned to be a good show. We got about 20-something stories.
Not talking about death like the first 3 minutes. Or your roaches.
No, but the death story is funny.
But you was talking about your weekend. Your house.
I just told you my weekend. Sunday was nothing. I don't even remember Sunday. I cooked.
That's what I did.
For the
I
week.
stayed in the house. I didn't do that. I need to.
That's all my Sundays ever encompassed, though. Me cooking for the week.
I wish I could do that.
I cook lunch for the week.
So who's your next homemade adventure?
You talking about next weekend?
I said homemade as in roommate.
Oh, no. That's never happening again.
No Airbnb stories, no.
No more roommates.
Twitter hookups.
Twitter hookups?
I don't know.
That sounds horrible.
I mean.
And blind.
And blind.
I got a new great Airbnb if y'all ever want one. Summerfield Estates.
Summerfield Estates. Where's that at?
It's out past Cornwall.
And it's a B&B, a bed and breakfast. I just think of bed bugs when I hear bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast is all the ones I've ever stayed at were pretty clean.
Yeah, this was.
I've never had a bad experience at a bed and breakfast.
Good.
And they have a couple in Baltimore though.
I know, it's one on Biddle.
Now, there was one downtown I wanted to always stay at, and I'm glad I never got there because I would say it had one. But that was that one.
The one on Biddle is the one that they had put on.
Yeah. Across from the Symphony.
And they were talking about how the boiled eggs was on the table for days, and they were serving them to the guests.
Oh,
okay. Oh, okay. That sounds nice. So today on the show, we're going to do our usual suspects, R. Kelly, Jussie Smollett, but we're also going to, Pew, she's a part of this discussion today. What, the intercom ain't working?
It was.
I moved with all of that.
I didn't hear you. Okay, let me try it. Okay. Andre. I can hear you, Andre. Thanks. Can you get your name back to Aldo, please, in my book? All right. Nordstrom's. Oh, now I'm super loud. Mueller, Trump, Butterball,
Turkey Rico,
Rosario Dawson. We got an egg study. Tate Diggs, Kamala Harris. Ooh,
he did what?
Right in my ear.
He did what?
No, I'm telling you about the stuff we're going to talk about today.
No, you said Tate Diggs.
We are going to get to Wendy Williams. Tate Diggs. I just said his name. Kamala Harris. Some of the stuff we're going to try to get to anyway. A drive-through for drugs.
I'm surprised.
We're going to do all of that tonight, right here on Talk Lately with Monny, Nate, Monique, BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back.
Why can't I take pictures of mine?
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child, and believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right. They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the how much
you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game, you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
While I'm dining on my pineapples, my snack in between snacks.
You don't need a tetanus shot.
For what?
For that can. Those particles.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you got loud.
Oh, I was going to tell you what else I did this weekend. I just remember what else I did this weekend besides work. But I actually binge watched a new show on Netflix that I actually I liked a lot. The Order. It was really, really good. So I just wanted to throw that out there and check it out.
That I want to watch like that, man. Now, all these shows are just. It's just not.
Your mic ain't on.
Oh yeah. It's just not on.
What?
None of these shows, like, it's just not. I don't have any shows right now that I like really get into. I was watching movies, and I discovered that Taraji P. Henson, she not good.
She not what?
She not good. I watched what was it, Alchemy?
Oh yeah, I never saw it, but yeah.
When she was the crazy, her husband had left her, and she went crazy. It was just.
Oh, Tyler Perry movie thing?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Oh yeah, that
I heard
was
she wasn't that good in there.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Everybody else was good. She wasn't good.
She wasn't good.
Because they were just they were on their caliber of acting, and she was like
mediocre.
Yeah, it just wasn't, and that was sad because I didn't know who none of them other people were, and she should have did. She not good when she not the hood chick. You from DC, you gotta be like a little edgy. She's trying to be everything but cookie.
I agree, she is better a little edgy.
You wish what?
I think she is better a little edgy or funny, on the borderline of comedy.
I liked her better in that show that she had, that she left to go do Empire.
Yeah.
On Person of Interest. Thank you, Aldo. See, look, he got his name back. That was my show. I was mad when she died in that show. I was crying. No, I wasn't. But I was mad. Anyway, I don't know if any of y'all saw it, because I didn't. They said Twitter exploded because Jussie Smollett returned to Empire. I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't.
Did you notice it?
I
didn't
no
know
idea.
that it was like a big deal.
I mean,
They
you
said
gotta
2 episodes.
Yeah, but you gotta be a Twitter person.
But they said, in the beginning, they already had said that he was going to be gone for 2 episodes, not for the rest of the season. So, like, why?
Until he went to court.
Right. He filmed the scenes. They just didn't put them in those 2 episodes.
And what, it was a lot of backlash?
Kinda. Some of it was bad. Some of it was good. Some people were saying they missed him from those 2 episodes because he kind of brings the story together.
Yeah, because the other two brothers
when it's too much to
that little one can't act. That youngest brother can't.
I've missed already probably 2 seasons of Empire. Like, it still records on my DVR and everything, and I just let it delete on its own.
I haven't watched it since the first season.
Really? I watched it.
So, you know what? I haven't watched it since the car blew up.
I couldn't even tell you when that was.
Turns out I didn't come back for the next season. After that.
Well, now Lucia's supposed to have this other son.
But see, that's what I've seen that. I've seen the commercials for that. But I can't get it when it's too much Taraji and too much Terrence. I'm out. Come on, we gotta let some of these other people act. I want them to make what's the assistant's name? She needs more lines.
The one, the big, the
Gabrielle.
No, not her. The other one.
Oh, the
light skin one or the dark skin?
No, the dark skin one.
Yeah, they don't really. I don't think they really want, because she was like, she got put on because of that one meme, and they don't really want to like.
I need her to have more lines, and I need Gabrielle, Cedar Bay to have more lines.
I don't want her to do.
I don't know what she's doing. Like, what is she doing with her career? Because she don't.
I don't know.
She went
but she's again. She got on too fast, and it's just like Jennifer Hudson. Like, they just pushed her out there and just started doing more and more things. And now she on this show that's like fizzling out. But she does
with a small role. She don't even have a real role, like,
because she hasn't been acting that long, so they still not gonna give her that much until she only did Precious,
right?
And then she did the other show, American Horror Story, and this. Like, she hasn't really done that much. She just did a couple big things, and.
Yeah, I understand that. That's
Monique
what she had no choice but to take it, because she didn't make any real money off of Precious.
No,
she didn't make none of it. Nothing.
Right. If Monique only got 50, I could imagine what she got.
Right.
As a newcomer. Right. As a first timer.
And it's based on, not based on her, but she's the character.
I was going to say, because her and Jessica.
But Monique kind of stole the showdown. Like, she still, outside of that one scene where she took the chicken, like, out of that.
Okay.
And she almost got hit in the head with the television.
Right. But Monique kind of took that. Like, she
playing the mom, she did.
And she I give them both to her, because she didn't take them steps the way she
definitely did.
That big girl took them steps.
Right.
She was chasing after her.
She like a real Baltimore crack fiend mother.
She was.
You got
No. Actually, you say Baltimore, but I say that was straight up New York crack.
It was, but I could tell where she pulled those characteristics from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most actors in Baltimore, they want to play a crackhead at least once.
Right.
To say, this is what I did. I got a mean dog.
This is where I came from.
Right. I got to do it once on stage. I just want to, like, do it. Like, I got a mean dog.
Yeah, I just didn't understand why they kept saying they blew up. Like, I was like, but all along they said he was coming right back.
People just get shocked over
2 weeks.
nothing.
He's going to be off for 2 weeks.
What is Black Twitter? I know it's not related. Is that a real thing? Black Twitter? Is that a real thing?
It's Twitter that black people focus to.
Okay. Because I keep hearing the lingo. I didn't know what it was.
It's not a separate Twitter.
Oh, okay.
They would like to believe that it is, but it's not.
Because the way it's referred to.
That ain't like they even hashtag Black Twitter. It's not even like that. It's just that you got to focus on those black
people
stories.
responses, yeah. They just was waiting for him to be fired and somewhere homeless working in like a Safeway or something. That's what they waiting to see.
They want him to work at a Safeway.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he wasn't really talented. He ain't never been in nothing. His sister was more talented anyway. Like, they be waiting for people to feel.
Look, just to get R. Kelly and Jesse out of the way real quick.
Wow.
Gloria Allred, who is the attorney for some of the... I thought somebody threw something at the window on the 7th floor.
He's a crackhead.
Is this the same one?
There's only one more left. You breaking them because they were fine.
It just got loud.
The volume in there is
Yes, that noise is so irritating.
Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange radio show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization, I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in new.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh shoot, wrong thing. Welcome back to the show. I was in the middle of talking about the R. Kelly, Gloria Allred situation.
I thought it was all right. All right.
Allred. Where one of the accusers, Gloria Allred is the attorney for the accusers of R. Kelly. Oh, no wonder my lighting is bad.
It's dark skin.
I'm gonna be serious this whole show. I'm not going to fool with this Negro.
It was better with the lights on.
What?
How does it show on the drink? With or without the over here?
Better.
You real shiny on that side now.
No, it's just my skin. It looks good.
Looks like cocoa butter to me.
It's not though.
So all right, yeah, R. Kelly.
If you stop interjecting your commentary, I can get this out. Come to bed.
It's that can. I told you. You put that can back over there.
It's not
put that big can of pineapples back. You want no Tupperware?
I'm never going to get through anything on this show. I can't get through anything with this noise. You know what's up, I'll go around and get that out.
Keep talking.
They can't hear me with that in the noise. Do you hear it? It's getting louder.
Turn that on.
Is it still doing it? Yo, the sound. Nope, can't hear you, don't talk.
Who is that?
just take me to break real quick and I can see what's going on.
This unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough, show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark, show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like, get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got ballet bringing up the car. You told me you kiss, told me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta groove so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough, show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark, show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello?
I wonder, who was that song on there? Who was that song?
Did you got the mics on? Oh, I can't hear nothing now.
Oh, there you go. Internet, cause...
Okay. Welcome back. Let's try this again. Now, I was trying to tell you about R. Kelly and Gloria Allred and the accusers, and one accuser in particular is Lisa Van Allen. She was also one of the ones that was on the documentary on Lifetime, Surviving R. Kelly. So one of her claims is that not only did R. Kelly bust Aaliyah wide open, he got the mother too.
Oh my God!
That was already alleged, though.
Well, now we got a claim, so it's not even alleged anymore. I didn't know that. That was something.
But did she watch it?
I don't know if there was a video. I think Lisa Van Allen, one of R. Kelly's accusers who detailed the alleged abuse on the Lifetime series, singer admitted to her that R. Kelly admitted to her that he had a sexual relationship with Aaliyah's mother.
That's hearsay.
At the time, wasn't she married though too?
That's hearsay.
According to Allen, Kelly told her that while he was grooming Aaliyah, he was simultaneously having sex with her mom.
And see, one of the things that and I don't want to dispute anybody's claim, but this is why, even if it's a celebrity case, none of it should be brought to the media until charges have been pressed and you in court and a decision has been made, and then you can report it like it normally was at one time. But the fact that all the details are like given to the media and people are steadily leaking information, like you don't know what to believe. Like I don't know what to believe, because it just sounds like a manhunt at this point, because everybody has something to say and none of them have any factual information. It's what I heard or what somebody told me. It's nothing factual. Like that's the problem that I had with it. Like there's no facts. It's what I heard, what somebody told me, what I think, what might have happened. That's why I don't want to, I try not to look at social media.
I think that's what they are.
You said what?
I think that's what they go home. I know.
What's home?
I can go home.
Stop. Wait a minute, do that again?
Is it me?
Not me, I just did that.
Because when you turned your head, I heard it go, and
me
then
too.
you turned again, it stopped.
They do it again, I'm going home. I swear to God. It's you.
My thing, I just entered the room and it started.
You did. As soon as you came in.
Let me turn it off.
Where do you have it sitting? Is it
Right
on the computer?
here on my lap.
But close to the computer. Was
My
it?
lap, yeah.
Try to put it behind you or something. It's you. It is you. It's always her.
Her who didn't have a mic.
What's your middle name? What's your middle name? Chanel. Is that the real one? That's just ain't gonna be from when I'm mad.
Oh man.
I cut it off.
Chanel did it.
I don't have a clue.
Chanel don't have a clue.
She does not.
So no, I agree with what you were saying though, you know, about it's all based off of
public
what
opinion.
you hear or what you've heard or somebody told me.
Like there used to be a time where, like, I think with the exception of like the OJ trial where the cameras were actually in the room, at the trial though, so there was little to no speculation.
Well, that's another reason why I'm glad we're going to get to that, because the cameras are going to be in R. Kelly's trial. And they're going to be in Justice too. So everything will be on.
But is that fair though?
No.
Like I always wondered what determined whether the cameras are in the courtroom or not. Like, but why only for celebrity trials though?
No, some cases can be.
Yeah, cases that are really salacious.
Well, there's a channel called Court TV that goes all around the country that's filming different cases.
But it's not on main.
Like I got actually a clip that we're going to show later on today about somebody that got 28 years in prison.
Yeah, but that's a camera. It's not the media.
No, this was the court's camera.
Some are
That's what I'm
public
saying.
and some are not.
It's a camera. It's not Channel 13, Fox.
Right.
It's not all these cameras.
Well, because it depends on the case. If it ain't that mainstream, no one cares. There ain't gonna be no cameras in the courtroom.
It's just certain things that I think need to maintain, like the privacy of it. Because what if this
that's where I disagree. Because if this was a rape case, well, it kind of is. I mean, but if in Jesse's case, it's not a rape case. But if this was a rape case and a person actually did it, then the media do need to alert people about this person in case he got off.
Yeah, but what if it goes the opposite way?
Like Casey
now, this
Anthony.
person has and this person has maintained. But yeah, that's a good example.
She got off,
right? But. What if it's the opposite? Because most times on these court cases,
then you should be able to be proven innocent. Like all these cases, you got to be proven innocent.
Yeah, but you're guilty until you prove it.
Well, that's a public perception.
But that's still somebody's career. But there's been a lot of people who have been a part of these cases that they never maintained the normalcy of their life
You
again.
take that chance, but then you got to think about it. That you also take that chance when you become a public figure that these things may happen.
Yeah, to the public figure, but the people, like say the people that are gotta go on trial, and the people who are summoned to court, like all these people are now a part of that, and very seldomly is their privacy protected.
Well, but it's also too that you are judged by your peers, so public perception is always going to play a factor in every case.
Like, and I'll say
your jury is your peers.
And I'll say for like O.J. Simpson, it's so many different opinions coming out now, and then it's so many different like perspectives. But what if he really didn't do it?
Right.
But that's
what it is. Some people believe he did it, some people don't.
Yeah, and that's what happened anyway. But it's been sensationalized. Like there are actual books and films about it.
Just like our president. Some people believe he's a Russian asset, some people don't.
Right. I just don't. I just think everybody deserves their day in court.
If you take it away, then what do you have? If you take that away, what do you have? I doubt that. Now you got everything being done under the rug again. And you never know what's going on.
But when it's done like that, you know what's a lie and what's not.
Well, no, you don't, because you started off with this saying that you don't have the facts.
And you don't have the facts.
And you won't never have the facts.
Right.
If it doesn't mean no one's talking about it.
But at the same time, when you don't have the actual factual information, because you weren't allowed in that courtroom, or the information, then you know where.
If you weren't allowed in that courtroom, what are you waiting for then?
But now you know where the leaks are.
Because you weren't in the courtroom.
So this weekend, like you were channel surfing on YouTube, I was doing the same thing with Kathy Griffin, and she said, like once the picture came out with her and the head of Trump, the very next day, it was all over the world. And that was because TMZ had gotten the information.
It wasn't only TMZ. I mean, it got blasted. But it wasn't just TMZ. She did it on her Twitter page, which had, I don't know how many people follow her, but that also made it
wasn't on her. No, it wasn't, because she never
posted the picture.
No, but she never posted the picture. That was the person who took the picture, sold that to TMZ. She never showed anybody that picture. It had never been published. The man who took the pictures sold it to TMZ.
Okay.
And so the guy
who,
he owned the rights, but at the same time, TMZ, they're friends with. He's the guy, Harvey is friends with Trump. Like that's how it got spread around the world, just that quick.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, like that was part of our deposition.
Because he claimed to hate him during the election. So
no,
I did not know that. Harv.
No.
Is that factual, though, Nate?
It is factual information.
From where?
From, look at any Kathy Griffin.
No, I'm talking about the Harvey situation with Trump.
Yeah. He's a Republican.
I don't know.
That's public knowledge.
A new series started last night, y'all, about the OJ. Mark, that lawyer lady, she started a new series.
Allegedly, on what he said. I don't want to get him.
It's not allegedly. It's the truth. Like, I just feel like the media needs to stay in their position. Like, and I think it's gotten the competition has gotten so slim that you want information. You know, somebody raped somebody, and and
you want to break it.
Right, like you got the camera there while somebody's physically raping a person now. So, because people filming stuff now, so now you got that video clip before it's even. They come.
I heard you, Aldo. You could have said it again. We'll be right back with more of this, because I got more questions.
I'm just saying, I just think the media needs to be media. Promote media.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. But remain strong through the Passover. Kicking haters out of the way like mad over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me that let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pen I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save you, the weed too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. We're still talking about the Jeffrey and R. Kelly situation here on BeExposedRadio.com. This is Talk Lately. I'm joined with Nate and Monique. And what I feel as though that I'm going to be reporting after the Jussie Smollett case and whatever the verdict is that all this evidence that they blustered about wasn't really evidence.
The check, all that.
Because all of that, we already know that. We already know all the check. The check was explained.
Yep. But that was like the big part of it, though.
And then there's more to the discussion that they had in that 47th hour with the brothers. There's more to that discussion that they're trying to spin into something else.
Right.
So I think we're gonna find out some more stuff that's gonna exonerate him actually, and the prosecution isn't going to be.
I think it's going to be because of the two brothers, though.
They're going to be withholding information that actually exonerates him too, because now they done built this story up,
making them guilty. That's what he's.
But see, the thing about it is, this whole entire situation, even afterwards, has been about the Chicago PD trying to build up their status again. Trying to
repair it.
To repair their status again after killing their child, after killing the black kid. Now they want to come back with this big case and sacrifice somebody else.
2 of them. Yep.
When you think about it,
the one thing we don't know is if this actually, if they was the ones that really did it.
But I said that from the beginning.
Not at the 47th hours admitting to something that they actually didn't do.
No, and I said that from the beginning. Like they didn't know that saying that on their Twitter would get them followed.
Right.
So now you just said it, and they like, oh well, we got to go find them. And when the cops finally realized they had nothing, well, you gonna say this. Like now, that's gonna come out.
Right.
So now that's corruption all in of itself, and I think the case is gonna be end up thrown out.
And then they are also using the justification because they got a black superintendent that he can cover this up as I'm a black man fighting for the right.
I heard it, but I didn't know the details. Superintendent.
Right. It's crazy.
And then they got a black prosecutor. Then automatically put a black prosecutor on this case.
But and this is my overall point, and I'm not a person that blames the media, but I'm just saying all this stuff has happened, all these different possibilities has happened, all these different blogs and shows have covered it. What if it ain't true? This man still has to work.
But see, the thing about it though, and now when you say that, I do see that some, and I'm going to say some because some of them are not doing it, some of the media are saying, what if he did it and what if he did not do it?
What if he did what?
They're talking in hypotheticals.
But they're still reporting on public opinion. They're not reporting, most of them are not reporting on factual information. Soon as the information about the check, so that then went around the whole circuit. Then we realized the check was because he was his personal trainer, and of course he paid.
Right,
so
but that's
who
what
pays for check anymore?
Again, that's what
people will check in accounts.
Do. I mean, you can't knock the profession. The profession is for them to investigate. They have to investigate along with law enforcement doing their investigation.
So did he beat himself
but we have to prove.
But the people,
our job is to prove.
Right. So I'm not
truth to power.
But see, I'm not even blaming the little mom and pop blogs. I'm not even blaming them.
You should blame.
No, but I'm not. But see, they don't know any better.
The ones that's going to bust it open if this is a bit. If this
see,
has
you
been set up
you
all
gonna read
along.
the article and you go like, this is BS, and you gonna report the article that you got your information from as BS. A lot of these mom and pops, they just reading the headlines and reporting on the headlines.
They don't drill down.
But some of these national recognized media outlets are reporting on the things that those mom and pop bloggers and radio shows and such reporting on. Like, how are you went to school for this, so how are you reporting on the headline? Or you're using salacious headlines, or just to say something, right? Or get likes and clicks.
Their mission, but a lot of their missions isn't to dissect the story right there on live air. They do it behind the scenes and then present what they got.
Which was nothing. You watched all these
for
other
instance,
media.
CNN, they are big on the word allegedly and source material. Or if they got sources, the sources are either blind or they're anonymous or they're upfront. They're on the seat.
But see, the public opinion is not those people. The public opinion is everybody else reporting on something that they heard, and that is amazing to me. That's legal.
What did you say?
Oh, well, no, I'm just saying that it is amazing to me that that's legal. And that they're not being sued. I mean, you can't go after every little person, but that's illegal. Like, you can't say things and not use the word alleged or play with the word alleged.
Right, and those are the ones that are set up to be sued if found out. A lot of times you're not going to get found out because if you're too small and your article doesn't pick up pick up gas.
But I think a lot of these, even posting stuff, I think somebody needs to be made an example of, so people are not doing this. Because I've seen a little thing like this get blown out of proportion, and then you realize that's a fake story that happened years ago, and it was actually somebody else.
It's so funny that
I've reposted stuff like that before.
I almost did too last week. Keisha, Loved On, the Sunset Soul, used to be here on the station. She had posted some story about something. I can't even remember what it was about. But I went into I opened the story up.
It was fake.
It said 2016.
Yeah.
I think you gotta read your stuff before you post it.
They just reading the headlines.
Because this is how fake news gets started.
Yeah.
Because now you're thinking this is a recent story. This is something that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah. Rumors.
And that's my point. And that's when public opinion becomes dangerous, because now we've developed, now you got all these people marching against somebody, and you're like, this ain't even the person mentioned in the story.
See, if Robert Kelly is convicted this time,
I think he is. They ain't gonna
media
stop
is now, we got to go to break,
You
but
know
I'm going to say this real quick. Media is now reporting that he will be from the amount of accusations, the biggest sexual predator
in
ever.
history.
And that's what he will go down as. I mean, in the encyclopedia, it is saying bumping and grinding down in the footnote. But at the top next to his name, it's going to say sexual predator.
And I want him to have his day in court. And that's why I really haven't even posted anything about it. I want him to have his day in court. And if he did not do it.
But see, either way, at this point, I think it's still going to say sexual predator alleged. That he's going down with this no matter what.
Y'all see the two girls from Baltimore?
Yeah. I seen them.
Yeah.
I seen them. And we're going to take a break on that though, because I seen them.
That's the knock them down girls that I was talking about. That's what when you call them the knock them down girls.
You just said something about 150 girls. And
knock down drug.
No, them knock them down. They do the knock them down. They get
that was from 1996 also, guys.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And there's no way for me to get out. They would have said the bodyguard.
She did get out. She got out. Apparently, she got out.
I think after it was all said and done, and they were young. They were young back then.
I'm in a mindset of I've made stupid decisions that I walked into and I knew where I was and I knew what I was doing. You're not going to tell me that I go to an R. Kelly concert and I get backstage and I feel like he gonna pick me because I'm the one. He gonna marry me and I'm the one that's gonna change his life. All this man's songs.
Oh, everybody thinks that.
Unless it was
see the true colors.
Right, unless it was a song that he wrote for somebody else. All of his songs, with the exception of his Disney songs and all the songs he wrote for somebody else, dealt with how he was going to break it down.
But see, I can understand when somebody goes in their back room not expecting this of their favorite artist. Even with the fact that he makes all these sexual songs.
You can say that about. I can say that if I went into a John Legend,
that's still prejudging.
But it's what it is. Like, what do you expect from them? This is what they're putting out there. So I'm going into this like this person gonna be a pervert.
That's what he said.
Right.
But see, that's a prejudgment. You are going in there saying that he's already a pervert. But he could have not been and just been writing songs or somebody writing songs for him.
No, you know he was writing them songs.
No, because that's the same thing about Milli Vanilli. They wasn't writing.
But we know he was writing those songs though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know this is who he is. You know that this is how he performs. And you take your child backstage and you're not expected for anything.
You see the picture on them on the night of the show? The two girls, they were together that night, and they together now, and that was 1996.
He didn't take them with him. That's why we're hearing about it now. Because you would have
heard.
How
old were they? Were they underage?
They were young. I think they were 16 or 17 back then. They were young.
What is underage in Maryland?
Yeah, they were teenagers.
The age of consent is 16. And I'm not saying that's a reason or anything.
It's still statutory rape here in Maryland. You can be consenting, but it's still statutory rape. It's 17.
It's statutory rape when the person, like, if it's their coach or if it's like a family friend or somebody you know. Now they can sue them, like in this child person rape, but that's why often many of those cases don't get tried because they don't consider that rape, and it was consensual. That's why that word always gets brought in there, because if it's a family friend or like a teacher or coach, then it's rape.
Saying that, but did they even have sex?
No, I think he tried. He exposed himself. I didn't see the entire interview.
So they're not even more so.
And I think masturbate.
Going after him for anything. They're more so character witnesses.
Telling their stories.
Telling their stories and
but what story do you have? Like, I want to.
They have it.
And I'm not even defending him. I just want to know, what did you expect was going to happen?
You didn't expect.
Did you think it was going to be some fried chicken backstage and y'all was going to have a good old?
But what you did
do
not
some line
expect is
dancing?
that you were going to go backstage and if you got any kind of passes or somebody asked you to go backstage or you got granted, you won something, that as soon as you got backstage and you're sitting in someone's room, green room or whatever the case may be, that somebody was just going to bust through your door with their penis out. That's not something that you expect.
If I walk into an Anthony Hamilton concert backstage, I wouldn't expect for him to just be sitting there sprawled out, and that would shock me if it happened. If R. Kelly was sitting backstage with his dick just hanging across his leg,
that's not what she said.
I would expect that. Right.
She said he came through the door
exposing himself
with his dick out.
But he's saying
that's the difference.
It's not a difference. It's still the same person, whether you already in there waiting for him or he already in there waiting for you. It's the same. I don't expect anything different from R. Kelly. I don't. I don't understand how parents could think something different. I don't understand why. With any parent that would take their child backstage to meet, I'm going to your office. Let's go to your record label's office, and I want to work with R. Kelly. I'm not taking my child backstage. But that's not what their intentions were. I don't think that was their intentions were.
What?
The two girls from
Baltimore. They were Knock 'em Down Girls. That was their title. The Knock 'em Down Girls.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what Knock 'em Down? You got a bunch of hood ass friends. Knock 'em Down Girls.
Explain.
The Ball 50 Girls. They go for what they want. Right. They going for the dollar. This Baltimore, you done heard Knock 'em Down Girls before.
I didn't.
It's a whole culture of it. Like, I know what they are. They, probably got a couple family members that was Knock 'em Down Girls. I'm just saying, I know what that is. Your intention was to get backstage and get yourself a baller. But with hanging out with ballers, you gonna have to do some shit.
But that's different, okay? Because I would be on your side on that one.
I
don't know these girls, so that's why I'm just saying.
I know one of them.
Any girl that
allegedly worked for Price Busters. Allegedly.
Not Price Busters.
Price Busters.
Now you already know.
Price Busters.
You were right.
I know. Allegedly works for Price.
Her back big.
I'm just saying, like,
allegedly.
Who would you want to go backstage to see?
I wanted to see
somebody you attracted to, right? But you wanted R. Kelly to do some strange things to you.
But see, if that's what their agenda was, that's something different. I don't know. I thought these were some wholesome girls.
I don't know. They have to be average teenagers.
Who is wholesome at an R. Kelly concert?
That's not. I don't.
That's stereotyping.
That's very stereotypical.
What? Why would you go? What you thought you was going to see R. Kelly?
I know some church ladies that still say they're going to listen to R. Kelly.
And they all looking for R. Kelly to break that back.
Lasha.
Want him to break that back.
I need Lasha in the
Lasha Gibson.
He talking about breaking that back at least.
That fantasy. Now Lasha wouldn't want to go backstage because she know better. That's the wholesomeness that's in her. That's where the line of demarcation is drawn. But she still made her way to that R. Kelly concert for that 12 play.
I still got my.
But Lasha's the type, she gonna take her man with her, and then they gonna go back home and do 12 play.
Not go into the dressing room.
Right. What agenda do you have for going backstage other than you want a little 12 play or you looking for some change for something strange?
You know how they have
why couldn't it be an autograph in the 90s?
Party, yeah.
The 90s was all about autographs.
Oh, you acted like
she made me wanted to get her boobs signed.
I'm sorry.
That's what they did in the 90s.
I'm sorry. Like, I did internships at radio stations, and I know even if you got a little bit of clout or you connected to somebody they willing to give you some. I'm gonna give you my number just so you can get me in.
No. We're closed.
I'm sorry. I've seen it happen.
I'm sure.
And it's disgusting. I watched people from the school that I was in do that to Bill Cosby. They were almost dripping wet to get in that room with R. Kelly, and these were older ladies wanting to get in there with him.
They was dripping wet?
You could tell they was. I'm not going to say who was in that room, but I'm going to just say they were very excited to be meeting Bill Cosby. And these were some older women that may or may not have been the mayor of the city.
I'm glad you said something about the mayor of the city because I'm trying.
I'm not going to tell you which mayor it was, but I'm just.
I'm sitting here trying to find the story.
She resigned from the University of Maryland.
From the University of Maryland board.
Who?
Who? your other day.
As she should.
She resigned.
Because she should. Because she should have. Because it was probably a conflict of interest.
No,
She said she has
it wasn't just a
she don't
conflict of
have time
interest.
anymore.
No, that's a lie.
She don't
That's a
have
damn
time to do
lie.
what?
She got exposed.
They only meet a couple times a year.
She wrote that children's book.
So, Baltimore mayor is defending a deal to sell her self-published books for $100,000 to the University of Maryland. So she was getting ready to sell her books to the University of Maryland.
And I said it was a conflict of interest.
And she's on the board.
Well, that's a conflict of interest.
That's a major conflict of interest. But also, I just didn't understand why she was on the board in the first place. I think she should have resigned the seat when she became mayor, because that's also putting her...
But that's how that's their way of networking in the political system. They sit on a lot of these boards.
Right, but the difference is being University of Maryland that has a lot of property here in this city that makes it a bigger conflict of interest than it's just $100,000.
And what year is she in as mayor? And she's just making that decision?
Right?
What year is she in? I don't know.
I think it's number 2.
This is all merging together and some shit. It's going on year 3.
They said they got to clean house.
Isn't the president that's next year? So this going on year 3.
This was at this. She went to office after. Well, this is her second year.
Okay, yeah, second year.
See, that election was in April.
Too. You see that?
What?
D'Souza, they getting him with the police for having 9 exemptions claimed on their taxes.
Oh, we all do that.
I'm just saying, I saw that.
He should have changed it. He should have changed it sooner.
Well, they called him now.
And then he tried to make a reference to the fact that all of the University of Maryland board members are unpaid. Okay, except for the hospital.
They all supposed to be unpaid. They say that has it's a shock.
Right. When it's a private institution. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're probably getting something still anyway.
They're getting kickbacks. That's what they opportunities.
Absolutely.
Their books being sold for $100,000.
It says, but the Baltimore Sun reported Wednesday that around a third of the board receives compensation through the hospital network contracts with their businesses.
Right. So that's how they get paid. Is that a shock?
But it's not a shock, because you gotta understand this whole entire situation. Just like the bitch before.
Oh wow!
It's the same stuff.
That's not her name.
It's the same
her
place.
Name was nasty bitch.
I tell y'all.
But I mean, that's not shocking that they're getting opportunities like gift cards. They're getting opportunities for what they're able to do for people.
That's the thing. You know, $2,500, and everybody was like stealing. But in the scheme of things,
penny change for her.
That $2,500 was a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Compared to the other deals that they're doing. Yeah. If you really focus on it, which everybody in this city should, because you see no difference in your experience here since she's took office. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
I ain't think about it till y'all say.
Well, a lot about to change for people who own property or pay water bills.
Jesus, don't mention it.
What you talking about?
Thinking about it.
In the city, a lot is about to change. Isn't the water bill about to go up?
No, the water bill went up already.
But that's
the sewer fees are through the roof.
What is it?
The sewer fees are through the roof. Mine is higher than my water.
That's in the water bill, Money. We just said it went up.
Person.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I'm just saying, I agree with that, but I see things going backwards more so.
I don't think it's backwards. This is an entirely new direction of stupidity.
We've gone through how many police commissioners?
Oh my God!
In the last 2 mayors.
I want the mayor to go sit in her office all day long without going to put on a pantsuit and go stand in front of cameras. I want some work to get done. Come to the table with some proposals. I haven't seen shit.
No.
You seen them? The bike lane.
It took me 20 minutes to get here, just from Mount Vernon, to get here. I mean, if anybody knows Mount Vernon, is only 5 minutes down, or not even 5.
You're right.
Because of that damn bike lane riding up Cathedral.
But it's another one, isn't it? No, it's another one. going like alongside Peabody. What's that street right there?
That's Cathedral.
That's not Cathedral.
Guilford right here is one.
Cathedral go south to north, but there's one going west to east now.
No,
like on the side of the Walters Art Gallery.
Go north to south.
I was going to say
No,
Dumbo,
I'm
but
saying
you
there's
always
another one going past Walters Art Gallery on the right hand side of it. Whatever that street is, of
That's
the Walters.
Cathedral.
That's not Cathedral. Go like this.
Oh, you talking about going
Center.
east to west?
Yeah,
Mulberry
Center. Yeah, there's one going down that
that's
street.
one lane now too.
Yeah, and it's a bike
I rode
lane
down
now.
that the other day.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing in the world.
Because I couldn't get down. As a
we
matter
all
of
had
fact, that was
traffic
yesterday
problems.
when I was going to work. Well, it was Sunday when I was on my way to work. I had to go down Center Street because I couldn't get there over Mulberry because that was jam packed. Because Center Street is one
on a Sunday.
Right, on a Sunday. Good point.
So I turned off Utah and went down Center Street and found out that was one lane.
But and I'm really thankful to God one thing because we haven't had a major storm here that has prevented any emergency vehicles or anything like that from trying to get through because all it takes is one bus pulling over.
The bus lanes have made. We thought St. Paul was bad all these years we've been down here.
Right.
We thought it was bad.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
gotten
actually
worse. It's even gotten worse.
Yeah.
Because it is bike lanes.
Yeah. Yep.
That's St. Paul and what's that? Lexington traffic right there. All that Light Street stuff is real messy because of them bike lanes. Because you don't have any more outlets to go down.
But
because Cathedral Street was a main outlet. Now they got all them bike lanes. It's only one lane, and that was the main thing. So everybody started going back on St. Paul because that started getting congested.
Yep.
Now you do that to Center Street. Center Street is one of
thoroughfare out
a
of
main
here.
thoroughfare out of the city. If you're trying to get over to East Baltimore anyway.
Right.
Or going to Central Booking to pick up somebody because it's more likely.
But all it takes is like one bus pulling over or one car trying to park, and that's traffic built up. Already that one lane. But what, and I remember hearing Whoopi talk about this because they now, I guess they're doing this a lot more in New York now with their bike lanes. They're building like permanent structures now in New York. Because their streets are much wider than ours are. But it's dangerous when there's an emergency evacuation. What's going to happen when there's an evacuation or something? Or like we got 3 feet of snow again. That is dangerous to me. Now I live on a main street, but I'm looking at streets beside me now that are having these. Like Maryland Avenue, that is tremendously like it's a hazard.
If you go down Maryland Avenue at midnight,
yep,
there's not one parking space available.
Nope.
Sure.
Nope. Nope.
And that's what none of the residents aren't even there because of the bars and stuff.
Right.
They're taking all the residential parking spaces, so now they don't have anywhere to park. So now they're parking illegally.
Well, I would say above North Avenue, most of the parking on Maryland Avenue is normally overflow. Because the one thing about Maryland Avenue on that part of it is we all got parking pads. Now, when you get to Mount Vernon on Maryland Avenue, ain't none of them got parking pads. So I know that has been crazy.
I would say that's got to be a mess.
That's been crazy, and they've taken some of the slots for bus stops again.
That's what I'm thinking about doing in my backyard.
What?
Making it into a parking pad.
My uncle just did his.
Well, you got enough room. I think yours is long enough.
I had to resituate my steps. Because I don't have a real big yard, but
it's big enough for you.
It's
it looks long.
It's already paved. If I got rid of my fence, I wouldn't have to do anything.
Oh.
Would you be able to fit your car all the way in?
Not my truck. No. I would have to get a car.
Or you would have to build a deck and it can go under.
But see, that's what I want to do first. I want to make sure my deck can fit.
I mean, you can just elongate your deck.
Because I'm doing a rooftop.
Everybody down here got those rooftops.
I got to make sure that, with the pikes and stuff.
He think he really living in
Kansas.
Everybody throws point to them rooftops.
No. Federal Hill.
He think it's not a lot of rooftops in Federal Hill.
It's off the roof.
That's a big adjacent. It's a big adjacent.
No.
That's so big. We've been on air for a minute.
No, we haven't. Oh, we over. What are you doing, Aldo? Do
y'all see him eating out this
can?
can?
Be Andre again. Look, I got my pineapples to eat, and we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Out the can? Who eats out the can?
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
There's probably a lot of the doctors.
Oh, look. Okay, here's the thing.
Everybody can be resigned. Everybody.
Here's the thing. It says board member,
Board
chairman,
members for
Stephen
University of
Birch.
Maryland College.
We back. Sorry.
I was just doing this.
All right, I know this. Board chairman Stephen Birch announced Tuesday that he's accepted the resignations of members John Dillon, Robert Pevenstein. He also asked 4 other members whose businesses have relationships with the medical center to go on voluntary leaves while we thoroughly review the governance and what. It's 2019. Why wasn't this an issue in 2015 or 2013? I mean, because I don't understand that. If you knew your hospital had businesses that the board members own,
they do it.
Doing business with the hospital and you the board member?
But see, that's a huge system because that's the college and the hospital. That's
right,
two
but
different entities.
the members did not know that they had this conflict.
They knew it because they were networking with each other.
Right.
Offering them the opportunity.
And that's what I'm understanding. So somebody in the governance department was not on their job.
Well, none of it was on their job. We know that clearly. But the problem came in when this mayor did not pander to the Sun paper like all the other mayors did. They wasn't best friends. At least, nasty bitch. She pretended to be friends with them. This lady, she don't care. She said, "I got the office. What you gonna do?" Like, I mean, she's about to go down.
Right, but my thing is, if this didn't come out, we had known this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This.
I told you they said they get ready to start cleaning the house.
I wouldn't be surprised if that book deal goes under.
Dry up.
Yeah.
It
It's
should.
in the process.
Like our
I
bangs.
think that's the goal.
Like that hair color.
Go right up and smoke.
She a hair color?
She tried. It be green.
She tries to tell
inside.
everybody that's natural.
I'm gonna have to check that.
Green is not natural. Unless I'm wrong
If
with
it's
you.
silver and you put the wrong.
Green is not natural.
I don't think I ever paid that in my
That's a processing error.
Yeah, I don't think I
They didn't go process. They fully processed. It's still pending.
I can't believe we are 3/4 through this damn show.
And we got the 2 stories.
Now there's a jail person online.
What's up? Where you at?
Ty Curry.
You need a pen pal? Yeah.
So there's a Nordstrom's coming back to Baltimore.
Thanks to what you call her?
Jaja.
I think they open Thursday.
That's what you was talking about too. The new Nordstrom rack.
Where's
but
gonna
that's
be
all. That's all.
Where or Canton?
It's going in Canton.
So you don't have to go all the way to Towson no more?
I thought they was closing the one in Towson.
I don't know. I ain't been in so long.
They is not closing the rack in Towson. Those white people are gonna lose their mind.
This one down here be easier.
Well, really the black people, because I'll never see no white people in the rack.
Right, they upstairs, huh? Yep, the one that.
So have you ever been in a Harris Teeter? Because I still have never been in a Harris Teeter. You like them?
It's. I mean, if you like.
I mean, that's one in my Federal Hill. So.
Well, that's the one I used to go to.
You remember Lee Mart?
No, Federal Hill.
I ain't never been to that.
You remember Lee Mart?
McHenry Row.
That used to be out Glen Burnie.
McHenry Row. Yeah.
You remember the Lee Mart that was out Glen Burnie?
Yeah.
And it was like a huge Sam's Club. It was like this huge.
Remind you of that?
It just was a little bit more like gourmet. Like everything is just a little bit more.
And it's like I said, I go to the shoppers instead of going to Harris Teeters, and because I just didn't feel like venturing around that corner when shoppers is right here.
Exactly. The pricing is different. I think the variety is a little bit more like
it's like a little Wegmans to me. Wegmans.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like.
But when Michael's next
health conscious,
I would have said it's a bigger Whole Foods.
It's not as I don't think it's as expensive as Whole Foods.
It's not Whole Foods.
Yeah, I don't think it's as expensive as Whole Foods is though.
It's not, but
most of that stuff is.
Oh, it opens Thursday.
I think it already opened this Thursday.
Where's it gonna be at?
Can't cross.
No, I think it's about at 5 and below or something in the shopping center.
It's in. It says it's real close to the Target, the Harris Teeter, and the Old Navy.
So they must be building. They must be building out more then because none of those stores are closing down there.
Right, but you know how you come in the 5 and below. I think it's back there.
They built. See, it's so crowded out there already. They can't put nothing else.
No, but I'm gonna tell you, I used to work out there while they were building that. When I tell you, it didn't even take them 6 months to finish building that, and those stores were up and running within the 7th month. Like it was nothing for them to build.
That shopping space over there though is killing that strip mall where the Five Guys is on Boston Street.
That's right across the street. The Five Guys is right across.
Well, it's right across the street, but it's not a part of all of that new stuff. So when all the customers go to the new stuff, that leaves that strip mall right there.
But it's still, those are like more neighborhood type of.
So what they did, what that strip mall did is that because there used to be like a big field that led over to Boston Street, they cut all that grass down, paved that area, and opened up a little parking lot right there. So when that parking lot fills, they get the overflow.
Yeah,
that was a smart idea.
But a lot of them, I mean, but none of they have a couple restaurants, but it's nothing like Five Guys or. You know the Lord. What's the? Yeah, it's nothing like that over
Mission
there.
Barbecue.
Right.
I used to go there all the time because I love Harris Teeter.
I like Mission.
Yeah, so they're opening. Not only is the Nordstrom rack going over there, there's a Crunch Fitness, a Skechers store.
Let's get that.
I don't like Skechers.
And a Petco. I like Petco because I like to get my cats clean.
I'm busy.
So if we get the Mueller's report right when it comes out, are you gonna read it from page to page?
I am. Like I really want to see it because I think the governor of California was already saying all of the counts that they got against Trump already. The lawsuit say they already got. I think it's like 40 some.
And this thing about this electoral college is starting to become a bigger thing.
Yeah.
About them trying to get rid of the electoral college. What's her name?
Megan?
No, not her. The Indian.
Oh,
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah. You are so disrespectful.
How about when I see Megan now? I think. Did y'all see the day that flag was running?
Y'all gonna stop telling her she's not a real
Indian?
Indian.
Pop right in my head.
That's the real.
She got the same percentage that most of these black people got walking around here. Right.
Whoopi was telling her how cute
and
she looked.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. So if she can claim to be Indian, if we can claim it, she can claim it.
Exactly. Cause
Because
your grandmother had long straight hair. That mean you an Indian. You ain't never been to Nan reservation, Nan powwow.
I am actually going to go trace my heritage.
Okay.
Because my father always told me all of my life that we had a lot of family. Because we don't know any. I don't actually know anybody on that side of my family. Mm-hmm. My last name.
Never too late.
I know my father's mother's giant family, but I don't know anybody on my father's side.
Was he Muslim or Islamic or?
Oh,
my father?
Yeah.
Yes, my father
neither do I. Father's side. Well, yeah, no.
Aldo said it's time for an Indian break, and we'll be right back.
I always like whenever you would, when you say.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement.
Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. Yeah, you know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
He would have went by car or he would have went by something else.
I don't know me. I don't think my dad knows.
Welcome back.
And I don't think I have any.
I just wanted to. I found this video that we're going to introduce interesting because I think it would open. It's going to open up a lot of conversation.
Said something about the video.
Go ahead and play it.
Is it playing?
You racist as you racist as in 22 years. Racist ass bitch. You ain't shit. Nigga, James Sturgeon, Lisa Sturgeon told me about that.
Actually, you know what? Remember when I said that you had some remorse?
You never gave me probation.
Wait a minute.
You never gave me a chance.
When I said that you had a certain amount of remorse, I was mistaken. The court determines that maximum needed. So it's 11 years on count 1 and 11 years on count 3.
Hello? Oh, there we go. So this guy got his guilty verdict, and the judge was doing his sentencing. So he got, out of 2 accounts, he got 11 years for each one. So 22 years total. And he went off.
You would go off too?
Costing him, that's what, my point exactly. Like, I don't know why anybody could have been surprised by the fact that he went off in this courtroom.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You'd rather go off in that courtroom than in that jail cell.
Because he went off, like he was like, you can suck my dick on this judge. The judge ended up giving him another 6 years.
I'm sure.
So there we go, 28 years.
You don't direct it to the judge.
He was a fool.
But what?
Yeah, but I would get mad, but I ain't gonna direct it to. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm good. I'm good now.
Because you know you're going to get some more time.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm already at 22
years,
years, so the other 6 wouldn't have mattered to me at this point.
Well, obviously he didn't care, but I would take the 22.
Oh, you in there for 22? You in there for 1? I'm going off.
Yeah, but that 6 ain't gonna ever get converted. You will do that 6 regardless. That
Now?
22, at some point you be like, okay, we can knock off, but you will do that 6 regardless.
I don't want to do 6 minutes.
because.
Oh, just thinking about jail just make me
I said I want to do 6 minutes.
And I work in the criminal system, and I'm like, look, I can't come to your facility. I'm not gonna be able to make it.
I told as a child, I went to go see family members in prison and in jail.
You might get
I'm sorry.
And as an adult, I'm sorry if my mother went to jail. Man, you gonna do that time. You gonna do that time. I see you. I'm not writing no letters.
I might write a letter.
I might write a letter.
No,
but I ain't going.
I wrote a letter before. But
don't send me none of your jewelry cases made out of Newport containers. I don't want none of it.
Yeah.
Don't send
I
used to send him stuff.
Trauma. That's trauma. I remember the
what I don't want is that I don't want you to ask your jail mate
to be your
draw
boyfriend
on my envelope.
Oh yeah,
I'm putting that in the trash.
The bunny
the artistry is not necessary.
Not necessary.
Don't hand them the letter to make them draw a picture of you on the letter.
Right.
Because that's not necessary.
You gotta have art coming from prison.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm sure you need it to get your day moving, but I don't need it. Like I'm not going to show people like look what my dad did. Like that's. That's
why I said like
my dad learned to
we got the jewelry cases made out of
cigarette butts.
Anytime I look at a pack of cigarettes, that's what I see. I don't even see the case.
Flashback.
I see the jewelry case. Now, if you had this level of fucking talent, why the hell are you in jail?
Now all of a sudden you can do these perfect pictures in pen on an envelope.
Well, and
you forget all about it when you get home because I ain't never seen my father's drawer after that.
Right, most of them don't.
Well, most of them are taking classes though, so there are a lot of classes. But like my uncles were talented, but they just went full of shit.
Learn how to suffer more.
Mine's been in there. All of them want to be.
Well, see, my uncles did time. It's going. They all did time. Like they did real time. So we got real art projects and shit. Like picture frames and shit out of Newport. I can't even say it. I don't even like people smoking around me. It makes me mad.
So the new thing,
$10 for the cigarette.
The new thing they got going on is in the world of politics is to say that number 45 is unstable. That he's
no kidding.
He's mentally retarded.
No kidding.
I would say he's mentally retarded. Look at his son. That's what
he is.
Yeah.
It's
he says stuff that's just stupid.
Like duh.
Yeah, he
duh. Duh.
Look at his face. It look like that's what he wanted to say sometimes. Right. And he keep on messing with Mr. McCain. Megan,
I heard that
is a country woman.
And I can't stand her.
About to move on.
But I'm with her on that.
But I don't let her play. Like I'm not on no tears. Say them crocodile tears, because you just want some remorse, because you want to keep your job at the View, because you know you about to be kicked out the door. But
I thought they liked her.
No, they can't.
No,
stand
she's hard.
She's a placeholder. Because that other lady about to replace her, because they don't need two of them on. The one that's pregnant now, that's on the show.
I see her.
Yeah,
Abby.
But she keep on messing with that man. Like all the tweets that he just did over the last weekend. Like they keep messing with this girl.
Exactly
she is crazy. She about to flip out. She is not stable. And she was calm this time. And I believe she was only calm because Whoopi came back. But
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched any episodes this week because I forgot about Whoopi coming back.
Yeah, she came back Monday. Friday. Well, she did like a taster on Friday.
I know. I watched it Friday.
But she came back. She been there the last 2 days.
Okay.
You heard her tell Megan today how beautiful she do. I was like, click, I turned.
That's only because Megan and them came and visited the house. She's so grateful that she had company and stuff while she was sick. That's all. Next week she'd be like, "Bitch, shut up."
Shut up. Go to break.
You gotta let Hobson talk.
They've been getting her together though. They've been getting her. I think Whoopi was saving her a lot.
And
of
the only
time.
thing, but the thing is, I'm sure But the only thing about these past couple of weeks is because Joy could not get her together.
Joy got it together a couple times,
but it wasn't really a get together. It wasn't really a get together
because
she think also had to play the role of moderator. Yeah, so she couldn't really do what she normally do, arguing back and forth.
But the other ladies, the other two ladies, the other girl,
Navara,
Gabby been throwing jabs at her too.
Yeah, I noticed that you know, because she had to play, because Joy had to play that moderator role for the past 2 weeks, she couldn't really go back and forth with her. Just like how Whitney do it. Right. Whitney do it when it gets out of hand. She'll get on you when it gets out of hand.
I don't watch
but she will not do it when she has to play moderator. She'll sit back in that chair and just rock.
Because I think that's somebody out here, like let them do it.
Because you're supposed to introduce the topic and let them go at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Butterball is recalling 78,000 turkeys from the shutdown.
From the shutdown.
All these stories, I only bring up stuff
the shutdown.
I only bring up these recalls because they all are centered around this shutdown, and I'm mad that other people and other agencies are not
they just
talking
started
about
killing them
the way they should be talked about.
Because they just started slaughtering them.
Shutdown needs to go down in history as this man's fault.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it is, but not at the level it should.
Yeah, they got
because if he gets reelected,
that was a whole lot.
If he gets reelected and this shutdown did not stop it, then that's the major problem with our system.
Well,
and that's why I'm for the removal of this electoral college. And because they try to say, like I was listening to something yesterday that was where they were saying that, you know, because the electoral college is there because, you know, all these metropolitan cities, they geographically outnumber the Midwest. I'm sorry. More power to you in the fact that you got all them acres of farmland.
Yeah.
And hurricanes and tornadoes and shit. But unfortunately,
even
majority rules.
And
we need to get back to that.
Argument doesn't stand up to me anymore because it doesn't stand up to me anymore because if you got 500 people and we got 5,000 people, you still got 500 votes. Like, it's not going to be... I think it actually does the exact opposite. This state right here with 500 people will not determine the election.
No, but
no more than this 5,000.
College, that state may have more electoral college votes.
Okay.
That's the thing. They tried to make this a level playing field with the electoral college, and that's not actually what it is. If your state does have 20 million people and your state only has 5 million, that's not a level playing field. Because then if they got 20 electoral college votes and the 20 people with 20 million only got 10, that's not a level playing field.
It's not.
You got more than me.
Right. I don't like it. It especially has been brought up in this election because I've heard more Republicans say, well, the popular vote doesn't count. And I've never heard them say that as much, like publicly before. And
because it counts when it's their race. It doesn't count for the president, but it counts when it's their race.
Right.
That's what they're not saying.
Because clearly Hillary would have been president.
Right.
Clearly.
Exactly.
From the popular vote.
She would have been president.
But it would have been an overwhelming success had all of those 40 million people that did not voted.
Right. Like Ravi.
40 million. Get into that number.
What happens this time?
40 million people. And I'm rounding up.
And I think you're rounding
down. Did not
down.
Vote.
I think you're really rounding down because
compared to 2012, compared to 2008.
If it happens again,
I think it was much more than that.
Juggles Reagan ass is one of them. Just like you said, Kyoki Warrior, whatever his name is.
Kyoki. Crazy ass.
If y'all don't get out there and vote this time, you deserve everything that happens. And
I know though. Shit. I don't deserve it.
I just seen the town hall of Elizabeth Warren last night. She kind of won me over last night.
Chief Warren.
Chief Warren.
I said Chief Warren.
Chief
Little Big Warren.
Navajo. Chief Warren Navajo.
Oh no.
She kind of won me over last night. She did a good amount of talking and like she didn't beat around the bush. She was like, electoral college, gotta go. She said, what else she said? Damn, I can't even remember some of the stuff she
I
said.
think she brought up healthcare. I think she brought up education. Because it's something about him trying to
do you notice how it's not being talked about today?
No.
First I heard of it.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of those things aren't getting coverage because they're
But
playing
it's so many of them. That's the problem. Like they've done like 10, like already. They've done 10.
But I think, what has happened
after Kamala Harris, I was like, ugh.
It's always
I
been
don't want to do another one.
But see, it's always been a lot of them. But what happened was they haven't been all big name people.
Yeah, you remember how gung-ho I was in the 2016 for the 2016 election? I would come here, I would rebroadcast people's stuff. I would have the thing broadcast on here. I would stay here to 12 o'clock at night sometimes, especially for the election night. After that, I was just like, oh, I'm so done with politics.
Well, you can just do watch parties now on the page. But
right. But I was so done with politics. It was like, oh my gosh, this sham that we just went through, I can't go through this in 4 years.
But I expected this to happen because Trump is president. Like, you had to imagine every and anybody that could run would run. You had to.
I agree with that.
Like, there are people who can't read that well that want to run for president right now. But I think what has happened is we have more sitting politicians that are running for office now than ever before. We haven't had this many sitting politicians run.
More to come.
Like last year, like last term, it was, mainly just, what's his name, Bernie.
Right.
He
and
was
I'm
the
still
biggest
not excited
one.
for Biden. I'm still not excited. He does not get me going.
No. Because he too blasé. He too, he don't seem serious to me.
I haven't heard anything that he stands for. So everybody keeps saying if Biden gets in the race, it's going to be a game changer. I think if he gets into the race, it will be more crowded.
Maybe they think you're from a Democrat.
But again, no one is getting more screen time.
I mean, they only give him that much because he's been the vice president before.
And I can't look at Beto without laughing.
I don't know who that is either.
Beto O'Rourke.
He's just a white man who just...
the newest one, the tall... Yeah, okay,
I can't look at him without laughing.
But they brought it up on The View also, that all the acclaim that he's getting for beating Bernie's record for one day.
Oh yeah, for the $6 million.
Right. They said it's a shame that Kamala doesn't get any recognition for how seamless and how good her rollout was. Just how well she was able to just fold it. And she didn't wait to be like number 10. She just let it come out when she was coming out.
Was she one of the early ones?
Yeah,
she was the first one.
Right.
She was the very first one. And but that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's not getting the coverage. Oh gosh, actually, I can't say that. She's not getting the coverage as much coverage as the white Pope.
Not at all.
Nope. Well, that's not fair because Booker is black.
And he's not getting the coverage either.
Because he's too nice.
He even told everybody he's dating Rosario Dawson, and that still didn't help.
Because nobody believed it.
It's actually nobody cared.
They don't believe it.
She is unemployed.
He should have said he dated Justin.
She tried to make a career of herself on Netflix with being on all the Marvel shows, and they all got canceled.
He should have just
said
said
she got all kinds of fired. She got fired from 5 shows.
I would have just said I was dating Jesse.
She got fired from 5 shows in one fell swoop.
Well, that's acting though. That's TV acting though.
But you are one person that got fired from 5 shows all at once.
That was too much to begin with. And most of
it was a lot, but she was the only one that could say, I take credit for being on Daredevil, Luke Cage, Punisher, Jessica Jones, all those shows. She's the only one.
Now is why he doesn't get any acclaim. He should have just came up with his gay lover, and he would have been fine.
Who, Corey?
He should have.
His gay lover. We're gonna stop on that note. His gay lover, Cory Booker's gay lover, the mouth of Nate. Homo.
Allegedly, Nate.
We'll be right back.
Allegedly.
I didn't make it.
a one for me. Ever since then, we been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to her ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lanes, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the f I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
So y'all sit around and keep eating them eggs, right?
I don't eat eggs.
I eat them. One study will show something. The next study turn around, eat my eggs and I want.
Mm-hmm. It says having 3 or more
Salmonella.
eggs a day will increase your chances of having heart disease and early death.
So I'm like, I gotta cut back on my eggs till they get out another study saying they good for me again.
Since when have eggs been bad for you?
They were.
I think I know they got a lot of cholesterol in them. Yes, but that's
and protein.
Yeah.
Then we was eating the whites only. Now they say don't eat the eggs again.
It really just depends on the person. Like, too much of anything is bad. And
right.
people
So if you eat 4 or 5 eggs a day, you sitting around like, wow.
anyway.
Somebody told me, I think it was you. Was it you that told me that some girl been eating eggs every day, like hard boiled them?
Yeah, the girl on my job. Like, she eats them every day. Well, she's this thin.
Right. She got heart
but that's
disease.
all she eats. And that's how, that's how you can be skinny and unhealthy.
Right.
Because you eating all that, and she eat boiled eggs.
I told you her insides is rotten.
Right, that's what I said. I said, girl, yeah.
They definitely are, but she don't think so because she thin and thin does not equate healthy.
She fucking hungry.
It says people who eat 3 or 4 eggs a day or any equivalent of 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol have a higher risk of both heart disease and early death compared to those that eat fewer eggs.
Like
everything you said, and I saw, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just cut back.
But a lot of this stuff is crazy because they're manufacturing a lot of this food now. Because our grandparents grew up eating all that shit. I know my
That's what I'm saying.
grandmother.
So if you eat egg beaters, is that more a healthier choice or something? I hate it too.
It is, but I don't like them. I look at that as processed.
It is processed. They took all the nutrients out and put it into a box.
But anything, we grew up on all of this.
Oh, I did this for you because
not this fake food.
Tay Diggs.
No, none of this.
He coming here. He's gonna be at the center stage directing a play.
Yep.
Did you audition?
No. Cause I'm kind of falling
The
out
actor
of
will be
love with
directing
acting.
Thoughts of a Colored Man. That sounds like right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I know a lady that worked there, so I knew he was coming, but I just didn't. I'm falling out of love with acting.
Oh, it's already
I haven't done a
cast,
play
so
in like
never
6
mind. I'm
months.
sorry. You missed the opportunity.
I didn't. Well, they do their casting at the beginning of that season, and they cast for all their shows.
Thoughts of a Colored Man will run from October the 10th through November the 10th. Is one of 6 main stage shows for center stage.
That space looked really nice though. They redid the.
Well, after they redid it, I heard it did.
You saw how they redid the front facade, but the inside looked real nice. So you don't have to walk up any steps anymore. They did it like so to be more accessible, and you just walk right into
Probably.
it.
Aldo said he wonders the ticket prices are going to be higher.
I mean,
Not that much.
The ticket prices are. You can go online like when a show opens up, and you can always get free tickets because they'll be always going giveaways and
free tickets.
and that's October.
She said like she was
That's
a
October,
Scooby
so
snack.
that's free fall. So you go get a free ticket to go see that. They go do like a special preview show. They always do like a preview show of any of their plays, and it'd be free to the public, or you just gotta register.
Just off topic, because I got to say this before I play this damn video. Just off topic, off this topic anyway. I'm sitting here wondering if he loses the presidency. Right?
When he loses it.
When he loses the presidency.
Please don't give him any hope.
That transition of power.
I mean, it's going to be the same thing when Barack came in there. It's going to be a
But see, that was a different scenario. That was Barack giving him the information that he needed to become president. Will he do the same thing?
He can. It's nothing that he's been paying attention to.
Except for Twitter.
His team is going to give him, you know, the team. And I don't even think they're really, like, knowledgeable. So it's going to be a shit show. Well, I can say even when Bush handed it over to Barack, Bush still had people around him that were knowledgeable, that were crooks,
it was also,
but they were knowledgeable.
peaceful and friendly because they all became friends afterwards. That's the funny part.
Right, because Bush really wasn't the crook that people thought he was.
Right.
Bush
I
was
agree
just
with that.
incompetent. But around the people that was
Exactly,
working
he was
with
one
him,
of those dub boys.
Right, but the people who were working around him made sure that they wasn't going to come out dirty. They did their dirt, but they didn't leave a trail of information. I suspect like Trump is going to be like Trump's White House is going to be one of those situations where like you a landlord and you ain't been to your property in years and you finally got rid of that one tenant that was just giving you a headache, and you come in and it's like cat piss on the floor and big dog piles of shit.
Your house like that.
Like it's gonna be just roaches everywhere. That's how I see the White House becoming.
Look, I was going to go ahead and we was going to try to talk about in this segment Just Hilarious and what happened with her on
Go ahead and do that because I really want to hear about that.
But we're out of time. So, if anything happens with it next
You
week.
still got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I don't, because it's a video that goes along with it, and the video is 4 minutes long, so I don't want to get started on something I can't finish. So.
Unless you run to 902.
I'm gonna run at 902 because I'm downstairs.
I mean,
with
it
my
is your
foot
station.
hanging
So you can
outside
really
of
do
the
what you wanna
vehicle.
do. Okay. I want to know what happened, though. What happened?
Well, I really don't know what happened. All I know is I watched her video today, and apparently she said something
about a Muslim,
about Muslims on an airplane. It was like 4 of them or something like that.
But she was apologizing, though, right?
And she was apologizing today. My problem with the apology is that I don't know, because I did not know the beginning of the story. I didn't know if whether she was saying it in joke, as she normally does, and was this a video that she posted?
She was doing it to save whatever job she got because she's on a network show right now.
You seen that show?
I haven't, but
that show got canceled.
Oh, it got canceled?
I never heard of it.
I thought it was still
Black Eye?
on. Yeah.
I think that show got canceled.
Oh,
My point exactly.
my mic was off at that point.
He said, "What show was that?"
I'm just saying.
With the comedian dude. We talked about it. And
she's an influencer, so she just go apologize.
Right, that's where her money comes from. So what she did end up doing, though, just to to solidify this, is that she sent $15,000 to the victims of New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
So,
girl,
as an
you
apology,
dumb.
as an effort for apology, because Instagram don't play. This is what this says. There's nothing worse.
Yeah, she gonna be back in Woodlawn.
There's nothing worse for an Instagram star than to be canceled by her social media followers, but butter her bread. Just Hilarious' latest social media star to be unceremoniously canceled for racially profiling 4 passengers on a plane.
Welcome back home, Jess. Come on.
Instagram comedian Jess Hilarious expressed her fears over 4 bearded men wearing turbans on a flight over the weekend. Jess noted that the plane was evacuated and 4 male passengers did not return to the plane. What kind of thing? That's what I'm saying. Was there a video with this? Because I want to know, like, what did she say to them? How did she go off to have the plane evacuated?
Right. I'm not a flyer.
Come back home, Jess.
To have the plane evacuated, though?
There's a good Section 8 waiting for you, Jess.
It says in the follow-up video, Jess claimed she was verbally attacked by outraged passengers who called her racist and expressing her fears on Instagram in her Instagram stories. Jess's real name is Jessica Moore. Jessica, isn't it Robin Moore? Went on a profanity-laced rant against people who view her as a racist.
Come back home, Jess.
I thought we had already decided that black people can't be racist.
They can be racist.
People can be racist.
Anybody can be racist when you knowingly are saying things against another culture or even your own culture. Like I never like when black
that's
people
not
say
racism. That's xenophobia.
It's still racism because you are attacking another race of people. Like with stereotypes, ignorance, and just stupid shit.
Right, that's what makes it xenophobia, not racist, because that's color. That's not color based.
It's because it's not about to the person that's doing it. It has nothing to do. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with like what race we are. It's just I feel like I'm better than you. I feel like I'm above you.
I think people really do need to learn the right words.
I think it's still racism.
It's not, but it's not.
I think it is.
Because that's cultural.
White people aren't the only people that can be racist. I'm sorry. I will never believe that. I'm never going to.
I didn't say no. What I'm saying is what they're calling this is racist, but it wasn't. It was xenophobic.
I think it was racism. And I think and I understand that, but I just think it needs to still be called that because that's exactly what it is.
We can't change the meaning of words. No, we're not going to start doing that in 2019. Well, if you're going to say it, you need to understand what you're saying.
I do know what I'm saying, and I know
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody because they're saying this is racist, but it wasn't racist. It was xenophobic.
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah, if you don't know the word xenophobia or xenophobic, then that's one issue.
Well, enlighten your jailbird.
I just did. That's when we're talking about this because they're calling her a racist and not xenophobic.
Tell them the difference.
She actually said this in her apology. I'm just, because we can't play the video, I'm just saying this because she's actually said they're calling her xenophobic. But all I've kept hearing, and even in this story, all it says is racist, racist.
Because I think the term racist is easily identified.
It is, but you're trying to broadly swipe something, and that's not the case.
But calling it xenophobia versus calling it racist is kind of demoting the power that it is.
No, it's not. I think xenophobia is a bigger word, and it's a bigger word in letters. It's a bigger word.
No, but I'm saying in public opinion. It starts with an X. No, in public opinion.
I mean, it's an X. It's an X.
It lessens the power of what she did. Like you did something that was dumb as shit. Racism to me.
But that's what I'm saying. I need to see exactly what happened. Like to evacuate a plane, to have a plane evacuated. Like. That means TSA had to come over and do some security checks before they let them people back on the plane. What happened? And first of all, why weren't you kicked off the flight as well? It should have been, if it was going to be them, it should have been the 4 men and her.
And that's why I equated it to being racist.
Peacefully.
And that's why I equated to being racism because that has happened on a number of flights where that person gets kicked
They
off.
let the black person get back on the plane?
No, but it wasn't about black. But I'm quite sure Just was in first class. I'm quite sure it was. Probably. So money trumps your color.
I don't know what kind of flight this was.
It probably was Delta. It probably was Delta.
I don't know what kind of flight this was.
It probably was Delta.
I mean, she did in the video. She's crying, and so just like I said, she just offered $15,000 to the victims of New Zealand shooter.
Why? What does that do though? What does that do to those 4 people that got kicked off the plane? How does you giving your money?
She was trying to make an effort.
No, don't make no effort
in the Muslim community. That was affected by the New Zealand shooter.
No, you should have sent that $15,000 to those 4 people that got kicked off the plane.
She don't know them. It's not like she got names and numbers.
She could have found it out.
But she did the main thing and donated $15,000 to the Muslim
to somebody
community.
that has no direct. You don't know where
we don't know where they are. They could have not lived here either. So she knows nothing. She made an effort. But why is her effort bad?
Because it started off stupid. And you
that's what I'm saying about the xenophobia thing, because this is xenophobic. So she made an effort to donate $15,000 to the culture that she embarrassed.
That doesn't mean anything to me. One, because
she's not trying to prove anything to you.
No,
she's trying to prove something to that community.
Saying, but in my opinion, it means nothing to me because these 4 people have been detained. You don't know what level of security that they were put under or what scrutiny they were put under, whether they were strip searched,
she knows
whether
nothing.
they were put on the list. She does, and that's you just giving your money to a random charity means nothing. Like it doesn't. That's not saying sorry
it meant something
to me.
her, $15,000, and somebody that's still D-list.
So she can't get a lace front this month. Oh wow! But that is stupid to me. But just giving your money to a charity, and you never even heard of this charity before. Have you ever given to this charity before? No, you gave it to her because
all
you
I know
messed
is
up.
that she donated $15,000 to the victims of the New Zealand shooter.
Nope. You never even heard of that. Your lawyer told you to do that.
Well, in the video, she does actually say she didn't do this through any publicist or anything like that. So, and she's sitting in her living room here in Baltimore doing this.
Come back home. It's a nice Section 8 waiting for you. Because I know that $15,000 did something to you.
This nigga right here has no remorse for anybody. He will let you burn in a hot gas fire. I gotta go home. That's it. I thought I was the bitch. God damn. Good night.
Mindful. Gotta be mindful. That's all that shit that should be talking about.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least 1 strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah. That's an